This will be an overview of the Gospel of John. Written sometime between 88 AD and 90 AD. Author is John Zebedee, not John the Baptist. It's the Apostle John. 879 verses, around 18,658 words, and 21 chapters. In this Gospel, Jesus is portrayed as the eternal Son of God, whereas in Matthew he's portrayed as a king, in Mark he's portrayed as a servant, in Luke it's portraying him as a human, his human nature, and here portraying him as the eternal Son of God. And when John writes, this is what's special about this gospel. When John writes, he has all of the Bible laid out before him. He's got all the Pauline epistles laid out before him. And that's why it seems so applicable to the church. He's got all of Paul's revelation laid out before him. In this gospel, Jesus is referred to as the Word, the only begotten Son, and the Lamb. And in John, the genealogy goes back to the beginning, because he's portrayed as the eternal Son of God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. You know, in Matthew it didn't do that. In Mark it didn't even give a genealogy because it was looking at him as a servant, and nobody cares about a servant's genealogy. And then here, in John, the genealogy goes back to the beginning. And in this, you got the 7 I am statements. I am the bread of life in 6:35. I am the light of the world in 8:12. I am the door of the sheep in 10:7. I am the good shepherd, John 10:11. I am the resurrection and the life in 11:25. I am the way, the truth, and the life, 14:6. I am the true vine, 15:1. Then you got the 7 witnesses of his deity. 7 witnesses of people saying, that he is who he said he was. The Son of God, God manifested in the flesh. John the Baptist in John 1:34. Nathanael in John 1:49. Peter in 6:69. Martha in 11:27. Thomas in 20:28. John in 20:31. And Jesus Christ himself in 10:36. And now a simple breakdown. Chapter 1, in the beginning was the Word. Chapter 2, Jesus turns the water to wine. Chapter 3, Nicodemus finds out ye must be born again. Chapter 4, you got the woman at the well. Chapter 5, you got the healing of the impotent man. Chapter 6, the feeding of the 5,000, walking on water. Jesus saying, I am the bread of life. Chapter 7, the Jews wonder how Jesus knows so much, having never learned. Chapter 8, you got the woman taken in adultery. Chapter 9, the man born blind. Chapter 10, Christ as the good shepherd. Chapter 11, the raising of Lazarus. Chapter 12, you got Mary and Martha. Chapter 13, Satan enters Judas Iscariot. Chapter 14, many mansions. He's preparing many mansions. He's the way, the truth, and the life. He's sending the Comforter. And 15, Jesus is the true vine. 16, a little while, and you shall not see me, he says. And then it talks about the woman in travail. There'll be as a woman in travail in that day. 17, you got Jesus' prayer for the disciples. 18, you got Judas betrays. Peter cuts off the ear of Malchus. Warms himself by the fire. Denies Jesus. Jesus goes before Pontius Pilate. 19, you got the crucifixion. 20, you got the resurrection. 21, Jesus asks Peter if he loves him. He asks him 3 times. And that's a quick little outline for the Gospel of John.